What if inheriting a retirement account didn't create long-term wealth, but instead started a 10-year tax clock? In 2026, that's exactly what many families are discovering under the Secure Act rules, and trusts are right in the middle of the impact. Let's start with the core rule. Under the Secure Act framework, now fully operational in 2026 under IRS final regulations, most non-spouse beneficiaries inheriting IRAs must fully distribute the account within 10 years. This applies to traditional IRAs, Roth IRAs, and most employer retirement plans moved into inherited IRAs. Now here's the key distinction. If the original account owner had not yet started required minimum distributions, or RMDs, beneficiaries generally have flexibility in timing, but the account still must be fully distributed by year 10. If the owner had already begun RMDs, then many beneficiaries are also subject to annual withdrawal requirements in years 1 through 9. Based on IRS life expectancy rules, with full depletion by year 10. So the strategy is no longer stretch the IRA, it's manage the 10-year window. Now let's talk about trust, because this is where many estate plans become outdated. When an IRA names a trust as beneficiary, the trust becomes the legal recipient of those retirement assets. But under Secure Act 2.0 rules in 2026, most trusts still fall under the same 10-year distribution requirement, unless they qualify as special see-through structures for eligible designated beneficiaries, such as disabled or chronically ill individuals. There are two common trust structures. First, conduit trusts. These require IRA distributions to be passed directly to beneficiaries each year. That means the beneficiary, not the trust, pays the taxes, often increasing taxable income during peak earning years. Second, accumulation trusts. These allow the trustee to retain IRA distributions inside the trust. But here's the issue. Trusts hit the highest federal income tax brackets at very low income levels, which can significantly reduce after-tax inheritance. So, while trusts provide control, protection, and structure, they do not eliminate the 10-year rule. And in many cases, they make tax planning more complex. Why this matters in 2026? The biggest shift is this. Before Secure Act changes, many estate plans relied on the stretch IRA, allowing distributions over a lifetime. That strategy is largely gone for most beneficiaries. And according to retirement research trends from firms like Fidelity and major advisory studies, one of the most common planning failures today is outdated beneficiary designations tied to pre-2020 assumptions. This creates several unintended consequences for your estate plan: faster taxation, higher annual taxable income, and reduced compounding inside retirement accounts, and trust structures that no longer behave as originally intended. So what should families understand in 2026? First, naming a trust as IRA beneficiary requires updated legal review, not legacy documents. Second, trusts must be coordinated with the 10-year distribution timeline to avoid unnecessary tax drag. And third, many families may benefit from reevaluating whether assets should pass directly to individuals or through a trust, depending on protection versus tax efficiency goals. Because while trusts still offer control and asset protection, they do not override IRS distribution rules. So here's the reality. Secure Act 2.0 didn't just change retirement withdrawals. It changed how trusts interact with inherited wealth. And in 2026, the difference between a well-structured plan and an outdated one often comes down to one thing: whether your trust was designed for today's rules or yesterday's world. A 10-year rule sounds simple, until it quietly reshapes how your trust actually transfers wealth.